When the sirens sound and the sky turns white, who survives? The powerful have bunkers deeper than the subway tunnels, sealed with steel and luxury. But for the rest of us, survival isn't about money. It is about knowing what to do in the next 10 minutes. Imagine this, a bright flash rips across the skyline. Sirens scream. Phones go silent. The horizon turns white, then red. Within seconds, the world you know disappears. Cities crumble, and the sky fills with dust. While chaos consumes the surface, deep underground, thick steel doors close. Behind them, powerful men and women, politicians, billionaires, generals, retreat into silence. They are safe, and you are left to face the storm above ground. This is the divide no one wants to talk about, a world where survival itself has become a privilege. Today, we decode how the elite prepare for nuclear war and what ordinary people can still do to survive it. For decades, the rich and powerful have been quietly preparing for humanity's worst day, not by stocking up on canned food in their kitchens, but by building fortresses beneath our feet. Across deserts, farmlands, and mountain ranges, hidden doors lead to underground palaces disguised as warehouses, barns, or simple homes. They are called bunkers, but that word doesn't do them justice. These are self-contained cities, climate controlled, power independent, and sealed off from the chaos outside. They can house families for years, complete with gyms, cinemas, hydroponic gardens, and luxury suites. In the Czech Republic stands Oppidum, a 323,000 square foot underground complex sometimes called the world's largest private bunker. Its owners boast that it can sustain life for 10 years, complete with an underground pool, spa, and even an art gallery. In the American Midwest lies the Survival Condo Project, a converted nuclear missile silo. Each apartment, priced in the millions, comes with armored doors, an indoor shooting range, and a digital window projecting a fake sky. Residents can grow food under LED light and even walk a virtual dog. And thousands of miles away in the green hills of New Zealand, an entire industry now builds custom hideouts for tech billionaires. While most people buy vacation homes, they buy escape plans. To them, survival isn't about fear, it is about insurance. One CEO once said, "My bunker isn't for the end of the world, it is for the end of trust in the world." Behind these words lies a sobering truth. When disaster strikes, they already have a plan. Nuclear weapons never disappeared. The treaties, the headlines, the promise of peace, they only made us forget how close we still are to annihilation. Today, more than 12,000 nuclear warheads exist around the world. A single modern bomb can release heat hotter than the surface of the sun. In the hands of rival powers, one mistake, one false signal could unleash global catastrophe. Add to that new dangers, cyber warfare, that could cripple defenses, artificial intelligence guiding weapons, and unpredictable politics that test old alliances. The elite understand this. They see instability not as a rumor, but as a risk to manage, just like an investment portfolio. They invest in safety the same way they invest in stocks, property, and influence. When leaders tell the public there is nothing to worry about, remember many of them already know where they will go when everything goes wrong. But what about us, the ordinary people? In most cities today, public bunkers are history. During the Cold War, countries like Switzerland and the Soviet Union built shelters for their citizens. Posters taught families how to seal windows, store food, and hide from fallout. Today, those plans are gone. Many shelters were turned into parking lots, clubs, or storage rooms. Civil defense budgets were cut, and the idea of a nuclear attack became a joke from old movies. If a bomb fell tomorrow, 90% of the global population would have no designated place to go. Governments would evacuate only key officials, military leaders, and scientists. Everyone else would be told to stay indoors. It sounds hopeless, but it isn't. History proves that survival is possible even in the unthinkable. In Hiroshima, some people just blocks from the blast lived because they were behind thick concrete walls. In Nagasaki, survivors sheltered in tunnels, stairwells, and basements. They weren't rich, they weren't powerful, they were simply prepared enough. To survive, we first need to understand what we are up against. A nuclear explosion releases three killers: the blast, the heat, and the fallout. The blast crushes buildings and throws debris at hurricane speed. The heat ignites everything flammable within miles. And the fallout, tiny radioactive particles carried by the wind, poisons air, water, and soil for weeks. Most deaths, however, come not from the explosion itself, but from exposure afterward, radiation, starvation, or panic. That is where knowledge saves lives. 5 rules of survival. Rule 1: find shelter fast. When you see the flash or hear the warning, every second matters. Don't run outside to look. Head underground, a basement, subway tunnel, or interior room made of concrete or brick. The more mass between you and the outside, the safer you are. Rule 2: seal yourself in. After the blast, fallout dust begins to fall like invisible snow. Close all windows and vents. Use duct tape or plastic sheet to seal cracks. Stay inside for at least 48 hours, preferably longer. Rule 3: prepare in advance. Have a survival kit ready: water, canned food, flashlight, radio, batteries, first aid supplies, and potassium iodide tablets to protect your thyroid. Are simple comforts: a blanket, a charger, something that keeps you calm. Psychological endurance is as vital as physical protection. Rule 4: know where you live. Large cities, ports, and military bases are prime targets. If you live in rural areas, your odds improve dramatically. Mapping potential fallout patterns in advance can help you choose safer zones or routes. Rule 5: stay informed. When official communication fails, local radio frequencies and community networks become lifelines. Information lets you decide when it is safe to move or when staying put is the only option. Today's survivalists are testing AI-driven environmental sensors, drone-based radiation mapping, and autonomous air filtration systems that can operate without human oversight. Some prototypes even use machine learning to predict fallout drift in real time. These technologies, once reserved for military use, are slowly becoming tools for civilian safety. It is another quiet revolution where machines and human resilience intersect, reminding us that knowledge and innovation might one day level the playing ground. Behind every private bunker lies a quiet compassion. The powerful don't believe systems will hold forever. They build secret airships, hire ex-military security, and store gold, fuel, and antibiotics underground. They even install private communication lines that bypass public networks. Meanwhile, ordinary citizens are told that planning for disaster is paranoia. We are expected to trust the very people preparing to leave us behind. But the truth leaks through cracks. Photos of luxury shelters, leaked contracts, interviews with engineers who built them. Each revelation reminds us that the elite's greatest privilege isn't money, it is time, the time to prepare before the rest of the world even realizes danger is coming. So, is there hope for ordinary people? Yes, if we redefine what safety means. A bunker doesn't have to be made of marble and steel. Sometimes it is a reinforced basement, a storm shelter, or a hidden corner lined with sandbags. Even simple layers of earth and concrete can reduce radiation dramatically. Communities can organize, neighbors pooling resources, planning local shelters, and learning first aid. Preparation isn't selfish, it is responsible. Because when crisis comes, help may not arrive, but community might. And mental readiness matters too. Knowing how to stay calm, manage fear, and act decisively can be the difference between chaos and survival. When we accept that disasters are possible, we start taking back power from those who believe they own it. All this leads to one haunting question: if survival becomes a luxury, what happens to our humanity? When billionaires look themselves away while cities burn, the real apocalypse isn't nuclear, it is moral. A world divided between those who can survive and those who can't is already doomed in spirit. But it doesn't have to be that way. Survival can be shared knowledge, not private property. It begins with awareness and with rejecting the illusion that we are powerless. So here is the truth. You don't need billions to live through catastrophe. You need understanding, preparation, and courage. The elite may have bankers, but you have something they can't buy: adaptability, resilience, and the will to endure. Because when the sirens fade and the dust settles, it won't be the richest who rebuild the world. It will be the ones who refuse to give up. Remember this. Power may protect for a while, but knowledge protects forever. This is Mechonomix, revealing the world of hidden wealth, power, and privilege, and showing that real strength begins with understanding.